Hey everyone, welcome back to GrownKid. I'm Gael.
And I'm Kayla.
Today we're asking ourselves, are you niche or are you just weird as fuck?
Or performative.
Or performative. That's a very big part in this equation. Do you think you're performative, personally?
Well, what do you classify as being performative? How I view being performative is like you're putting on a persona that's not entirely yours, but you're doing it because you think that's what other people like to see.
Right.
Is that it? Like,
I think
essentially?
so. Yeah, it's just like,
And it's just like a meme now,
yeah.
right? It's like you just lean into what's popular.
It's like, yeah, you chase whatever trend it is, even if it means adopting the perception or the aesthetics of a lifestyle that isn't yours.
Yeah. I don't think so.
You don't think you are a performer?
I don't.
Performer. Performer.
No, I don't think so. I don't know if I have any habits that I do because I feel like other people would like that or find me like more likable or more cool. Do you think I have performative traits?
Yeah, very.
Tell me.
Very.
Actually,
Kayla's very performative.
fuck, now I feel like I'm like...
She's performative, she's fake, zero form of authenticity in her. Probably broke too. Oh, and bitches. I've seen that video that's like, ugly, ugly, ugly. Probably all broke too. Oh, and bitches.
No. I've seen that video of Dr. Bro where he's like, "You're ugly, I hate you, give me $100.
Oh my god. Well, no, that's a joke. I don't think you're performative. No, I wouldn't classify that. I don't sense any behaviors as such.
Thank you. I've passed the screening.
Yes.
Okay, so now niche or weird. I would say maybe more... Well, okay, so then what's niche and what's weird?
Well, then, okay.
So, okay, let's unpack that first before we start classifying and labeling ourselves.
Well, niche is what's become sort of a buzzword in the internet. Niche could also be known as esoteric, like all these little words that basically just mean incredibly unique, largely unknown by the masses. And niche, I think what did niche stem out of? I don't know exactly when this came about of being niche, but it happened around the same time we had this cultural shift of trends taking over fashion, design, food, literally everything, which happened around the time TikTok came about. And everything that was once unique to ourselves and our sense of personality typically became a trend at some point or another. So it became a status symbol to go against the grain by not following trends and choosing and carving your own path through your own very specific and particular interests, aka all of your niche little interests. But then, of course, that becomes a meme of itself as people realize it is much cooler to be niche, so they try extra hard to be niche, which kind of defeats the purpose and hence gets into performative territory. Weird. Well, you know what being a fucking weirdo is. Like, you're fucking weird. Like, bro, what? But
isn't weird just another offset of niche? Except that like people, just not as many people are doing it.
Well, here's the thing. I think being weird is a good thing. I think being weird is niche, but I think being called niche is bad. And being called weird is good. And being called performative is bad.
Yes.
So, to me,
yes,
I will give you my logic. To me, being niche means nowadays that you are trying overly hard to perform in a way that appears to be unique and unlike the masses and overly creative or original to a pretentious degree. I think being weird means being yourself, even if that is not what is commonly seen or accepted or seen as typical. And there's a very fine line because there's a lot of people that are just fucking weird that someone from the outside might be like, you're just trying to be performative, you're fucking niche and all this shit, like whatever, it's so esoteric. But when you do a little bit of digging into their account or profile, you can tell when someone's for real just fucking weird. And when they're for real about it. So those are the classifications.
Okay, interesting. I'm trying to think of in the past how I've used the term weird. I typically don't say weird, I say like
to bully
weirdo.
people.
To bully.
Kayla fucking bullies.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like in the past, if I say like, okay, I think there's a difference between, oh, you're weird versus you're a weirdo. Did you see how my tone changed there?
Yeah.
You see my inflections?
That is, can you explain
it's like, oh, like you're weird. you're a fucking weirdo.
Dude,
Do you see
don't
that?
bring no weirdos around
just
here.
catch that?
Dude, yeah, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I also think that there is an offset between weirdo and you're weird. I think weirdo is the bad sister of weird. Weirdo is like, you're doing some questionable shit. Like, I'm getting a bad vibe. Like, weirdo with an O. Weird is like, I kind of fuck with you. You're a little bit weird. You're a little bit like unique. Not like others. Not niche. Not performative. That being said, am I niche, weirdo, performative? Well, what's the spectrum? What's the spectrum here? Because I'm trying to think of my traits, and all of a sudden I'm like a shell of a person and I don't know like who I am. But like what are some weirdo traits?
Okay, being a weirdo traits are being a perv, a creep, a creep, a bully.
That word before go.
Racist, yeah.
A perv. Yes.
I reserve the hard-hitting words.
Yeah.
That's like, you do not want to be a weirdo. A weirdo's probably a little dangerous in a bad way and like not good, you know? But being like weird is like, oh my God, yeah, like you're so weird, you're so yourself, you're so unique, you're so interesting. And I'm curious about you because I've never seen anyone do things like that. And yeah, it's a little odd and I wonder if you're okay, but you're not harming anyone. You know, you're just living your own life in your own little world. I think Kayla is the spectrum of niche. You're asking me to explain the spectrum, of course, right?
Sure.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Well, what do you mean by the spectrum?
I was trying to think of myself and I'm like, how, like when other people meet me, how do they usually like, not talk about me, but like once I've gotten to know somebody, I'm like, oh, like what was your like first impression of me? Like I'm trying to think of like what people typically say my personality is. I think one of them is that like I can sometimes be in my own world and I can like just forget that other people are around me sometimes, but I don't think that's necessarily weird.
Okay, yes, because I think what I hear people say when they're talking to me about you is like, oh my God, yeah, I love Kayla. She's like so like cute.
I'm not fucking cute. I'm hot as fuck.
And cool and like sick and like rad. They're like, oh yeah, no, she's so cute.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
so fucking cute.
I'm like, what do you mean by that? I think that's their way of saying like, oh, like cute.
Yo, wait, I did not know that.
No. But like, no. But in a way of basically like not knowing. It's like, you got to work with me. Okay, these are positive terms. So I think that's their way of saying it, of saying like, yeah, like she's a little weird, but I fuck with her. But of course, they don't want to call anyone weird because some people don't know we've reclaimed weird, right? And so I think when they're saying like, oh my gosh, she's so, yeah, like she's just so cute. She's just like in her own little world. I think that just means like, yeah, she a little like maybe a little weird, but like it's cool. Like it's a cool vibe. It's a cool vibe. They're just not used to it. That's what I think. It's energy people aren't used to because you're not performative. And that's why it's like.
That's so weird. I didn't know that was the information relayed. But I do think that is something that I get often, honestly, of just like there's something. There's an aura here. And it might be my superpowers too.
That's true.
Like maybe that's emitting something there. But I would say, I guess more weird based off what people are saying about me and talking shit about me.
Well, I think it depends on the context. At a glance, like at a very quick, I haven't talked to you yet, I see you at the party. It's like, oh yeah, like she's super cool, like relatively normal, you know? And like in a good way, but just relatively like normal, nothing quite, like nothing's ringing alarms just yet. I think when people start talking to you, usually you hear the response of like, oh my God, yeah, like she's so friendly and like fun and welcoming. So it's still like good, but I think by this point people are caught off guard in a good way. No, but
by stage 3.
So by stage 2, people are caught off guard because they're not used to someone that outwardly looks so cool and almost intimidating, because you're cool and pretty and hot, be then so friendly and welcoming. You know, that's like oh wait, that's so cool.
Okay.
And then if once you really get comfortable with you and you're like, hitting up all the stops, once you go dancing and whatnot, then people might be like, yeah, like she's so cute, she's in her own world, which means because you actually dance, and like people don't do that nowadays. So anyone that like dances and like dances in their own way are instantly just seen as like, huh, cool, but like, okay.
Right. I also think too that like I do agree that I do give off like normie vibes, and I also like hate saying that like I'm not a normie.
So what is a normie?
So what is a normie?
That is a very important term we have to get into. What is a normie?
I think a normie is just like, you know, I think I got all of my information based off this person within like 2 hangouts, and you know what? That's pretty sick. Like
They go to work, they come home.
exactly.
And,
you know, like it's pretty straightforward. I know what type of style you like. I know your hobbies. I know your career. I know you as a person, and that's all there's. I love a normie though. Like
normies are very grounding.
they're very grounded. Yeah, they're so grounded. And
they're stable usually.
Yes, and I think you should always have a few normies around. Of course.
Are you kidding?
So I think I do give off that vibe at first, and I think as I
really, I don't think so, but sure.
Oh, thank God. I sometimes think that because I feel like my look, like for example, right now I feel like pretty normie. Normie. You know, like my hair isn't anything special. It's just like long black hair.
It's like, oh, is that like a Zara H&M hoodie?
Yeah,
like you give me like those.
These are jeans, like whatever. So I feel like
luxury whisper.
If you know, you know. Yeah. So at times I do I feel like I give off normie vibes, and sometimes I think that like like have you ever interacted with like other quote unquote like cool people, and then you feel like the normie?
Yeah.
That's how I feel a lot
like,
of times.
Shit.
It's like, oh, I'm not cool enough to be in this space.
Okay, look,
like,
yeah.
my hair is not dyed. I don't have a wolf cut.
You don't have a piercing. You don't have a fucking like bangs that are like micro.
Literally, I don't have any of that. I'm not dressing in all black. So I think a lot of times, especially here, I do feel more on the normie side, even though I myself know that like I'm an interesting person.
Yeah. No. Okay, but I think the normie, yes, I think it's very grounding, it's very stable. I think it's just someone that isn't as culturally involved. They're kind of just living a good, decent, stable life. Like, okay, mentally stable, 9 to 5, have maybe one hobby like pickleball, whatever is up and coming, they'll give it a shot until the media is like, hey, like this is no longer in, like we're all gonna do this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, sure, like let's try that, like whatever. Don't really go against the grain, because pushing against the grain causes discomfort, and they are not willing to sacrifice comfort for individuality, right?
Yes.
That is a normie, IMO. And so I think what is interesting about culture in places like New York or LA, where there's a lot of, cultural capital and etc., this idea of who is the coolest one here, is that sometimes people mistake being incredibly maximalist for not being a normie, which ends up being normie because then you're just appeasing the algorithm through these maximalist outfits, or maximalist taste or very niche taste. I think what separates someone from being a normie to being a performative niche normie to just being weird and cool, and we want to get to weird, is if you're purposely trying to dig deeper, I think just for the sake of digging deeper and trying to find something no one else has, that's performative. But if you're just exploring, you're like, oh, I like this, but I also started liking this, and then I also started liking this, and I don't really know all the history and all the details and all the weird little facts about this band or this fashion designer, that's fine, because I really don't care. I just thought it was cool and I picked it up. That is someone that just lives not for the sake of boasting about their niche level of knowledge, but that is someone that lives just for the sake of, I have my own personal taste. Whatever I gravitate towards it. I may or may not know much about it. Yeah. And so I think when it comes to like fashion circles, there's a very big illusion that happens when you get bombed with knowledge by some of these people that are like, oh, you don't know blah, 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 the designer from Denmark who was born in Copenhagen, but then went to Europe to study in Asia, to go to Mexico and be in this niche little activist circle from the 80s that was also lost until recently discovered in 2017. Like, what? You don't know that? It's like, I don't care.
We're just trying to be better than everybody else and like be the most niche and informative person around. But I think when I think of you,
yes.
Well, to me, like, you're not weird. But I think how other people might perceive you is like, yeah, there's something about Gael. In the best way possible though, because that just means that you're like fully yourself, and you don't remind other people of like another person, which I think is very powerful. But I think, yeah.
So niche, performative, a mix.
I don't think you're performative at all. I think you are fully yourself, and you know your interests, and you wouldn't dabble in something just for the sake of getting attention or approval from other people. Niche, I think you can have some niche interests, but overall, weird.
No.
Weird. I think yours is like an outward one too, which is what I appreciate though.
Thank you.
No, I appreciate that. I think that's like a good trait to have, because it like weeds through like the people that aren't that, or like that don't understand that.
What are the ways I outwardly show it? What are the stages here?
Okay, I think when somebody first comes to meet you, they are welcomed with friendly energy, warm, positivity, smiling, good vibes all around. Second stage, random facts. Second stage, we're 30 minutes into the conversation. Facts are being dropped left.
I did not think that's what you were gonna say.
This is just my perception.
Yeah, thank you.
A generalized perception.
It's very good. It's very good.
I think you start hitting people with some knowledge, left and knowledge. Stage 3. What is stage 3 that ultimately shows the weirdness? Maybe like nightlife, like going out and, like you said, like dancing. People aren't used to seeing somebody like express so freely and not really care what other people think. I mean, you're blindfold. I feel like people would say like, "Oh, that's hella weird. Like, what's you doing?" So I think you experiment with your clothes and the way that you express yourself in unconventional ways that are not niche or performative, and that makes you weird.
Wow. Thanks. Yeah, no, I think outwardly, I don't think I'm weird presenting, Like, I don't think I have anything too crazy. Like, I don't have some crazy ass haircut. It's not dyed. I'm not like pierced the fuck out, like no crazy tattoos for the most part. I like to say outwardly, I try to maintain a very classy but cool appearance. Like, if you look closely, there's some like, oh shit, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But from outwardly, it seems like a respectable young man. I think when I start talking to people, things come out that I may or may not have intended to come out. I'm like, fuck, why did I say that? It's like, oh shit, my words. No, that's rude. Don't say that. And I start saying shit that's like either accidentally offensive or misinterpreted. And I'm like, oh, no. But like, literally, I feel like my whole life is just constantly like, no. But in the sense that like, and overly explaining myself out of fear of being misunderstood. And then I think when it comes to my actions, sometimes I have gotten accusations of being performative, which has made me question, am I performative?
Wait, what are these accusations?
So one time.
Oh.
There's one bit.
I know exactly.
So there's one time in high school.
High school, by the way, we are like well past that.
But this has not changed, let me tell you that.
It's been about 5 years now.
So, one time in high school, I was a sophomore. It was a school dance. I bring my book to the school dance. And I'm just sitting there reading because I didn't really want to dance. I just wanted to like not be home. So I decided to go to the school dance, and I thought, well, let me bring my book because I actually am really into this damn book. And I think it's totally normal that I might just want to like read because it actually like the loudness of it being so chaotic drowns out everything in my mind. My man. It helps me focus.
You man?
Man, hit my man. I turned Vietnamese for a little bit, but my man.
That's it.
Yeah. So, I brought my book, and I literally remember reading it for like an hour and having teachers be like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "We're your friends."
Oh, they're in the pit.
I was like, no, they're in the pit. Like, I'm chill. Like, they're coming over once in a while. I just don't really, like, fuck with this vibe. You know?
It's like starships, buddy.
Yeah, I was just not fucking with it. It was like red nose. I go red nose. And I'm just like, I don't know, this is my vibe, but, like, I'm happy to be.
You didn't want to catch it?
And I did not want to get, no, and I did it. I really did it. I will not know what to do with that. I won't.
No.
And so that happened. And ever since then, it's become this inside joke of like, remember that time? And I was, but low key though, the other day I did go out. I just went out dancing by myself, and like I had to get there early because my ticket was like get there early, or you know it's free. So I got there early, and then I was like, okay, well I need to kill some time because I don't want to be dancing for 4 hours. Let me just like take an hour off. So I was like in the like near the bathroom downstairs, just like sitting down reading like an article. They're like, you were reading a fucking article? I'm like, yes. To me, this seems perfectly reasonable. I'm like, I got some time to kill. Let me just get a good article going, absorb some knowledge, plus, you know, like many benefits.
Yes.
And there are moments that I catch myself wanting to do this in various places. I'm like, let me go to a restaurant, like bust out my book. Let me go to the fucking like, anytime I just want to have a book or something and just be like reading that shit or an article. But then I see these memes of like, bro thinks he's a vibe. And I'm like,
bro is a vibe.
I might be.
Don't talk about my friend like that.
I might be bro. And it just makes me like, and I had to genuinely have a sit down with myself and reflect and ask like, why am I doing this? Is it for the attention of others? Is it for the performative nature of it? And I was really honest. And I came to the conclusion that like, I'm like, can I just fucking read my book? Like that was my conclusion. It's like, oh my God. Like,
no, I know that it's just you wanting to read your book. Like I fully know that.
Thank you. But
yeah,
this was a moment of honesty where for a minute I was like fuck, I don't want to be seen as performative, but I want to read my fucking book. Like, can I just do this and no one give a fuck? Like, don't look at me, but let me just do it.
Yes.
But now I've come to the conclusion that it is okay if people that don't know me see me as before. That is fine.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, I was there I witnessed this happen. And then, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking though. I was probably just like, that's guy. Like, I think he'll be fine. Or like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just know that you're sitting in the stone benches reading your book, and I was like, you know, we'll go check on him periodically, you know, try to include him in, but if he doesn't want to, then...
like, guys, no, I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I think you're onto something though. I think you're onto something. Yeah. I think maybe I'm starting to feel that way about my Sudoku book.
See what I mean? Like, you just want to bring that Sudoku book out.
No, I really do. It's like
it's just a little like,
yeah.
Fuck, let me take a break.
Yes. Like, let me log off mind.
And like, what's seen as acceptable is, okay, you could be on your phone. That's cool. That's sure. Everybody does that. Do anything but be on your phone in public. And people are like, you're being so fucking performative. Like, you think you're better than us. You think it's like, maybe they are. Maybe they are. Maybe if someone is doing something in public other than being on their phone and you think it's performative, maybe they're just better than you.
Well, do you think like reading on the subway is performative?
No, I think the subway's totally fine.
Okay, I think that was awesome.
See, because it's been normalized. Because it's been normalized and it's okay.
So who's policing where you can read?
The internet. The internet taking videos of strangers is the fucking police, and they're like deciding where they think it's acceptable to read a book, even though anyone that has any ounce of swag or coolness can read anywhere, and it's fine because they don't give a fuck about anyone. But it's these little insecure ass motherfuckers recording people on their phones without their consent and being like, oh, why is bro reading there? And it's like, and I've seen some crazy instances. There was literally a dude reading outside his balcony that just happened to sit above a busy Manhattan street, and people were like, look at this fucking dude just wanted to be seen reading it. They're like, bro, he's in his bed. He's in his bed. I'm like, what?
No, that's good. Why are people getting so mad about other people trying to like read and be literate?
Everyone's like, you think you're better than me? You think you're better than me because you read and because you're not on your phone right now? It's like, yes. Maybe it's time to start shaming screen time. I mean, like,
maybe it's time to start flexing on others
for not being. Yeah, it's truly the flex. Being offline is a flex, low-key. So
yeah.
I do think that's the case when it comes to just little weird activities.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've come across a lot of performative people here? Like, what's like? Let's say you meet somebody. When is your performative radar off? Like, I think, when do you hear those sirens going?
You can definitely tell. You can definitely tell when someone is for real. Like, that's just your personality, and it matches you perfectly. And usually it has to do either with their friendliness or with their consistency in that. I think there's a lot of introverts that give off this like weird, like, aloof, like detached, unfriendly vibe. But once you get to know them, you'll be like, wait, you're actually just really shy. Like, you're not even trying to be rude. You're just really fucking shy. And even though you look intimidating, you're just like, oh my God, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you're freaking the fuck out on the inside. And that's when I'm like, okay, I fuck with that. Like, you can be seemingly unfriendly if it's just because you're genuinely just shy and have social anxiety. Sure. That's fine. If you're being unfriendly because you think like you're supposed to be that way, if you're dressed in all black and like smoking a cigarette outside the fucking bar, you're like, yeah, I'm supposed to be kind of like unapproachable. It's like, boy, fuck you. Like, no one gives a fuck. Like, why?
Take your ass home.
Yeah, go home. And then similarly, people that are just really weird and like out there with their fashion, you can tell if they're dressing like that because their mind literally goes 1,000 miles an hour, or because it's just like they just put that shit on to have a good fit for the algorithm.
Yes.
Because there's some people that will go on Instagram, drop a crazy ass fit, colors, patterns, textures, bags, accessories, and then you meet them and they're like the most like normal, calm. Like, it just doesn't like mix, and like to me it doesn't make sense. And they don't even display any ounce of that energy that they express themselves with through that. And it's like, okay, we'll get to express yourself with clothes and blah blah blah. Yes, but I think this is like, you have to just trust me. There is a vibe. There's a vibe.
No, I mean, that's your superpower. So, like,
I read people down through the bone.
yeah, Kyle's superpower is literally being like a vibe check. But it's as simple as it is.
Check your vibe, bro.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree. I think one of the performative actions that really gets to me is smoking cigarettes. I've talked about this before on the podcast, but I just feel like whenever I see it, specifically here in the city, and it's like somebody young, somebody our age, and I see them smoking midday in the morning, I just can't help but think, like, you're telling me for real, like, you're enjoying that cigarette right now? Like, you're telling me you just, like, had a craving for that? Like, where did this stem from?
Surely, yeah.
That being said, I feel like maybe I just haven't met them yet, or maybe my radar is off. But I feel like I haven't met too many performative people yet.
Yeah.
So,
I love when like people's fashion is either super, super maximalist or interesting and the personality matches it, or it's super normal and they are like really weird.
like white boy khakis, but they're hella weird.
Yeah. I think I just love when people's personality matches their vibe. And sometimes
Just like be yourself.
I think, yes, literally be yourself. And I think a lot of people here sometimes don't be themselves. And sometimes they just wear things because it's safe and normal and it's what's acceptable. And I can just tell they feel a little trapped in their own clothes. And I just wish them the best. Yeah.
Good look out there.
Yeah.
Do you feel trapped in your clothes at times?
When I wear something that doesn't feel like me, yes. There's been a lot of moments where I've caught myself wearing something that's like this is a good outfit. It's a cohesive aesthetic. This is not me. Like, this is, who am I representing? What, I'm not representing any of that by wearing. It's like if I wear a sports jersey and like shorts and like, it's like, okay, sure, I might be able to pull it off. I might be able to look good, but I'm like, I don't even fuck with boys. Like, I'm not even like,
that's not you.
Like, what vibe am I trying to give off?
Yeah.
No. But when I wear something really preppy or really like playful, I feel like myself. I'm like, wait, yeah, like this makes sense for me. Yes.
Yeah. No, I hate when I don't wear like an outfit that I feel properly feels like me, and then I'm like in a space where it's like, fuck, I should have worn an outfit that it actually feels like me instead of just wearing like a hoodie and jeans. But also, what's wrong with wearing a hoodie and jeans?
Nothing. One time my friend told me something. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I just casually told. It was such a casual conversation. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just wearing this like random ass fit. I don't even know. I look like a mess. He's like, yeah, well, just don't buy clothes that you wouldn't want to wear. I'm like, yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's true. Like, just make every single piece something you enjoy wearing.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think of. But also, like, yes, but at the same time, I do appreciate, like, a normie fit. And this is me coming clean. Balance. On my off day.
I kind of love, because I think normie doesn't, or like an abnormal basic fit doesn't mean it doesn't feel like you. And I think I'm learning that there's ways to wear something that's just comfortable. It's pretty casual, but it still feels like you. So, yeah. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon. Bye.